Hi everyone, and welcome back to Roll for Damage. Tonight we'll be playing our Rise of Tiamat adjacent campaign, The Scales Above. We have our lovely cast with us, but before we introduce you all to them, I'm just going to say thank you to a few people. So real quick, let's say thank you to Bree or Bree Pie for the amazing artwork you are seeing on the screen right now. She's a artist local to my town in Perth. She's amazing. She's great. You should go check her out. Next up, we have Syrinscape, who sounds you will be hearing tonight. They're not playing right now, but they are a really good online just repository of sound and music and all sorts of stuff that you can check out. And they have a little online player, which means you can have all of your players connect to it and listen in wherever they happen to be in the world. It's really, really useful. The next up, we will thank Hero Forge, who are returning sponsors for this season. They are a company that has a amazing website that you can go and make any way you want. Sean, do you happen to have any next to you can show on the screen? I forgot to grab mine from the cupboard behind me.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, they're falling.
Oh no.
Don't be like Shannon and break them.
Shannon breaks hers every week.
Love you, Shannon, when you watch this. I love you.
So on their site, you can change the poses, the race, the height, the body shape, the weapons, mounts, any sorts of items you want your character to have, make them exactly how you want them. And then you have them 3D printed. You have them printed in color. You have them painted by people at Hero Forge and sent out to you, which is great for when you're playing around the table with your friends. But if you are stuck still playing online, or the people that you usually play with are all over the world, like these lovely people, they do have the abilities to make tokens based on whatever you make. So it is really, really useful. You should definitely go check them out, and you can see their link in the chat. Thanks again, Hero Forge.
I also want to note that I have used Hero Forge for my campaign, and they are fantastic.
It's a blurry hand you have there. There we go.
No, yeah. This is one of our lovely little elves. And they have a magic sword. That's me. That's all I have.
So, yeah, okay. All right. So let's introduce you to the cast. So I'll start with Shannon, who's not here. You will be able to see her link in the chat in just a second. She works alongside Sean at Paradise RPG, who will pretty much be stuck giving you all the information, which she usually does because he hides behind her community manager position. So it's all on you today, buddy.
Yeah, I've been having to handle like tweeting and stuff for Paradise, and I'm like, Shannon, come back.
All right, so we'll go next along to Seren or Kelsey.
That's me. I'm Kelsey, also Rogue Uzu, and I'm going to be playing Seren, the swashbuckler rogue, Scourge Aasimar. So, yeah.
Okay. Following her, we have Sean, who's playing Auric.
Hi, everybody. I am Sean. I am from Paradise RPG. I will be playing the resident bad dad who might become a fine dad, but not a great dad. Here in Roll for Damage's The Scales Above. Yes, you can find me at Odo_Sean all over the place. You can also find me at Paradise RPG. Paradice. It's a pun. We enjoyed it, and we're squeezing it for all it's worth. We do all sorts of nerdy things over there, and particularly every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we play our homebrew campaign in the homebrew world of Aradun, where Shannon plays a lovely monk named Katya, which is actually this mini that I showed off from Hero Forge. But she will soon be coming back as her lovable broody rogue, potentially. But it's a fun campaign. Come check it out. All the VODs are on YouTube for the current season. And we do a whole bunch of other stuff over there, so come check us out.
Okay. Take it away, Aaron.
Oh, hello. Hi. I'm Aaron, otherwise known as Yaro Shien. I am the creator of How to Be an Adventurer, which is a parody series of Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I'm also the dungeon master for D6 Dawn Right, which is coming to a close in the next couple of weeks. Oh no! I don't know why that happened. Good news, I'm back. Anyways, I will be playing Ignis Brimlight, a holy man of holy fire. And that's great. Also, I just posted a thing on my Patreon talking about dragons, because dragons are part of Dungeons and Dragons, and it will be up on YouTube next week. But if you want to check it out, then I don't know, follow me on Twitter. That's it. That's it.
All right. And last and least, we have. Sorry, Shelby.
No, you're not. Don't lie to the audience like this. All right, own that you're an asshole to me.
we have Shelby.
As I smack my mic out of frustration. Sorry, the headphone users. Hi, my name is Shelby or Whistle. I'm from the channel Whistle While You Work. It's a channel where I tell stories from my D&D experience and draw whatever fun fantasy stuff comes to mind. I'm also a player over on Necro Hunt, a fun classic D&D adventure being ran by Joe Cat, where Yaro also plays with me. And I'm playing Nia Arian. Still getting my feet wet playing her again. She's here and she just got broke out of prison. It's just like episode 1.
Okay. So this is usually the part where we get someone to do the recap. And I really, really feel like I should throw it to Kelsey, the new person in the group.
Every single time I can just feel it's like, I'm just going to say me. And then you chose me. Well, so last time that we played, I'm going to pick up just from what Shelby said. Yeah, someone broke Nia out. And along the way of breaking Nia out, destroyed the front gate to the castle, slaughtered a line of people, and also killed the lord of this place. And through this creepy scalpel that they just dragged along the bars and just popped out the freaking bars of her cell. Pretty sure he's also started a plague that is now destroying
My
people.
big brother cool, guys.
No, he's not. No. But yeah, so this plague is seems to be mutating and also just at the same time decomposing people into, we don't want to find out the final product and we don't want to find it out. So what we've done to not find out is Ignis has burned a lot of people alive, maybe, just burned them like it was a mercy killing, kind of. And while he's been doing that, Saren, my girl, is investigating and trying to find out what the fuck is going on and who did this to see if she can find them. So far, she has not found them, but has found interesting things, and it seems to be very strong on living subjects, not so much anything that does not have a life. She has the theory that this might be pestilence because apparently she's heard about pestilence from someone named Felix. And speaking of information, our information boy, Auric, is making his way back here with his dear friend Sloane, who they've just reunited with after he before was taken and thought to be killed, but is, thank God, alive, but he still doesn't have a hand. And so now he needs to remake all of his spells in a book without a hand.
Nah, you get used to it.
And so he's working desperately on that while trying to make sure that Sloane doesn't float off with another flying piece of paper. And that's what's happened.
Okay. So, as we said, Shannon is away, so there'll be no Sloane today. Shannon, I believe, is off adventuring somewhere. So Sloane will be doing the same thing. She'll be running around the castle hunting down
Fantasy
anthropomorphic
Disneyland.
animals to add their
There's
heads
a
to her
number, you
collection.
fucking rat.
Anyways. God damn it, Yara.
Session 2, I've already broken the DM.
Yeah, a little bit.
We broke the DM long ago, okay?
Yeah, no, I broke him on session 1. I break him on session 2. It's gonna be a consistent thing.
Anyways, so she'll be hired or just taken away by the guards who need strong, able-bodied people to help out with different things, or it doesn't really fit that description.
Mm.
So we'll start with Nia. You have used your Mask of Many Faces to blend into the crowd of the staff and attendees of the Lord's Keep. And you would have found an empty room to lay low in, stealing a few unassuming clothes, because you had just been broken out of your room, and you had been patched up from the trial you had it before. So your former clothes were just cut to shreds. You had to, you're effectively in prison garb. And that's not really going to help you wandering around the castle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as you sit there in this room, over the course of an hour, you hear panic sweep through the premises. And as you finally look to venture out from this place you've been hiding, there's this brilliant flash of golden light from somewhere outside the castle, and the faint sound of fine dust scraping against the window in the wind. What would
Fucking
you like
Thanos,
to do?
those motherfuckers.
Well, that's not my problem, so I'm gonna hope that distracts people. For the record, I made myself look like a very small human girl with really frizzy, mousy brown hair and a ton of freckles.
Okay,
Was
hold
I
on, where are
able
you
to
going?
find? Was I able to find my equipment while I've been? Because
No.
I would have gone looking if I had the time.
Yeah, well, you've
I
gone
just want
laid
my
low for a
sword
minute,
and Aaron's
but
journal.
if you're looking for your equipment, you're probably gonna, especially weaponry, probably have to find the armory.
How many people do I think are around in the castle right now?
You standing in your doorway in a random.
Well, I mean,
doorway.
I also stowed away in here. So did
Yeah.
I see any living people when I?
Yeah, you would have as you were making your way there, and it's been getting quieter and quieter over the course of an hour. Make a perception check to give you a ballpark.
This is not going to be good. That is a 7-5.
5.
I have a negative to perception because of what the Ooblets did to me, like burned my eyes.
Yes, that's right.
Did you forget that?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
You currently can't hear or see anyone around you.
Going to the window, what do I see outside?
Hey, Ignis, describe yourself again.
You see a man who is dressed in an all red coat, some pretty darkish brown pants, tall boots, and a waist cape with small gold coins along it that only makes sound should he so desire. He also has a large staff with several runic designs running up along it, and it seems to pour out ash as it is moving. The hair is much like a campfire, and his face is very sad right now.
There is a large burnt patch of grass in front of him. There is fine dust and ash floating around in the winds, and behind said burnt boy is a bunch of horrified civilians being held back by guards.
Okay, so safe to say that sneaking out the back is an option with all the bullshit going out here. Okay, because I'm assuming this is towards the courtyard.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'd like to start looking for my equipment. I can't leave without Aaron's journal, at the very least.
Okay. You, in a former life, a long time ago, was a bit of a diplomat, right? You had a job as an interpreter. You went around, so you would have been through a few castles and a few different places. You'd have an idea that roughly where armories would kind of be. So I'm going to get you to make it. I feel like survival check's wrong because like you're not outside. Just make a flat intelligence check for me.
Intelligence.
Yeah,
Yo, where the evidence lockup at?
pretty much.
We got a committed felony.
That's a 17.
That's
Flat
pretty good.
17. I have no modifiers.
Okay, so you make your way quietly through the halls. Are you doing this because you're not wearing your normal face? Do you just want to sort of like walk confidently, or are you trying to sneak?
I think I'm walking timidly. Not quite sneaking, but I just want to look like a young servant girl who might not, I'm a kid.
Yep. In that case, again, make a deception check.
Oh, hello, plus 14.
Made a mistake.
28.
Okay, so you move timidly down these corridors, and my headset decides to go dead now. I just changed the battery. In a minute, I'll be changing my headset battery. You find yourself roughly where you think the armory would be, and you start just snooping around a bit. When you find it, you see it's still guarded. It's two soldiers. They're both tall young men armed with long swords and adorned in plate. Each has a small raven skull adorning their right pauldron and feathered charms hanging from their hip.
That's the symbol of the house, yeah? What is the... Oh, God, are these flares? Are these fucking flares?
Nope. You...
Oh, no, these are the fucking... I know who these are, because we talked to them, but that was Relia who talked to them, not Nia.
That's why I'm not telling you anything.
Yeah. Fuck. Have they noticed me yet?
Make a history check if you wish. We'll see if you, know a little bit about this area.
Okay, hold on. What's my history modifier? Why do I have a... Okay, Nia has a +5 to history. I forgot that she read books.
Yep, you have a character that can read.
What is that? That is a 19, 14 + 5.
Okay. This is two young knights, maybe even not full-fledged knights of the Order of the Raven. And they've been told to guard the armory. Knights of the Raven, or the Order of the Raven, tend to usually be focused around mysticism. They tend to be usually a lot more secretive, where the standard order of this region is the Order of the Lion. It's a bit more bombastic, and they're hunters. They're the bigger protectors. These guys are sort of the secret protectors. They've been a bit more active lately, just because there's been a lot of crazy shit going on.
I know I have very limited magic, so I don't know if I want to expend that, and I've got nothing that can get me past them anyway. Is there a way to go outside the building to see if maybe there's a window?
Well, the armory is more in the heart of the keep. There's no windows to get into it.
Fuck, I can't risk...
1 second, my headset has completely gone dead.
Okay. Well,
Quick, now everybody, level up your characters.
Chaos.
Somebody give
Roll
Shelby
all your natural 20s now.
They're talking shit about me, aren't they?
Yes.
Oh, I'm talking the hottest of shit.
So,
Well, I came back to the hottest of shit, which is just
Oh, honey, I'm talking the hottest of shit.
Kelsey's losing it. Okay. Shelby,
I
continue.
don't think I could survive taking these fuckers down. Is it only these guys here?
Yes, I would say the room you went into, you would have found something that would have been when you got the clothes and you know laid low. You'd be able to find something you could use as an improvised dagger if you wish. And given these people's age, they're probably not full-fledged knights, so it's up to
Okay,
you
well,
if you think you can take them or not.
This might expend both of my pact slots, and I need you to tell me if this is something I could feasibly do. But I have the spell suggestion.
If you use that spell slot, you know you can't regen it. This is like your last things.
But I'm wondering if it's worth it to covertly get out of the castle. So,
It's up to you.
I don't want to fight these guys. I can't risk having other people come and kill me. So, I think that's what I'm going to do. I know it's... I would like to use 2 castings of suggestion. Just drain my magic right here, I guess.
Is suggestion not concentration? I'm like, no, it's just a one-off, right? You just suggest something, and if they fail, they do it. Okay.
It is concentration up to 8 hours, but I don't think I can would I be able to suggest one and hold on. I'd have to use both the spell slots in order to suggest both of them. I don't think I can expand it.
Let's have a very quick look.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, because it doesn't have a higher
Scales.
level thing. That's why I'm like.
Yeah,
because
I think
there's greater, like there's a higher level suggestion.
mass suggestion. Yeah.
Mass suggestion, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like, and
Someone
and
see
you as a former magic user would know if this is going to work or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would say as you're sitting there, I'm just making sure that it can't affect more than one creature, and you think this plan through, you realize that it's not gonna work. You could convince one, but then what are you gonna do about the other?
Yeah, and it'll end. Yeah. You said these guys don't look like fully fledged knights. Do I think I can take them?
I'm gonna get you to do another intelligence check. You can add your proficiency to it because it's like your combat instincts, and you have been trained as a swordsman for quite a while, and there's been some more intensive training recently.
Okay, that is a 24. 19 plus 5.
They're kind of confused why this young girl is just like looking at them at this point. And as one sort of
I would have liked
as
to
one
be...
tends to step forward to start talking to you, you can see he's not like that perfectly imbalanced person. He's a bit unsure of himself in his plate. He's probably, that one at least, will be fairly easy to take down.
I need to think this through because I need to think about what I'm going to do afterwards. Because if one gets away, I'm kind of fucked.
You have... where's my little egg timer?
I think I'm not going to risk this. I can't risk this right now. So I think Nia's going to try and leave.
Okay. As you go to leave, he's like, miss? Is everything okay?
It's fine. I'm just looking for someone. They're not here.
Oh, I'll accompany you to help you find some.
No. It's okay.
I insist, and he sort of walks behind you and puts a hand
Fuck.
sort of like in between your shoulder blades to make sure you don't like turn around, and he starts guiding you more towards the exit than anything.
Okay. Can I insight this guy
Sure.
to make sure, just to see, does he actually buy me my ruse, or does he think I'm just like a little lost and suspicious, or?
Roll an insight.
Ugh, my insight's not great. Okay. It's a 15, 17, but it's -2. So.
Yep. You seem pretty confident that what he is doing is there's nothing false about it. There's nothing facetious.
Well, then I'm gonna keep up this act of I'm a girl in shock then, because
Okay.
I think there's a reason to be in shock.
Okay. Turn a couple corners. You're now in like an empty corridor, and this guy is still just like looking around as he moves you towards the exit. Are you just gonna let him take you all the way out? You're gonna take him
I
out.
mean, is this the guy I thought I could take?
Yeah.
No, hold on, let me just read one thing, but no, I'm just reading a spell real quick. I think I'm going to cast suggestion on him and tell him to go the opposite direction from me. And I'm going to try and maintain that conversation. Basically tell him to go back to his post.
Oh, okay.
Like, go back to your post, and I'm going to try and maintain that concentration as long as possible.
Okay. Let me see what the save is.
The save should be, my spellcasting save is DC 17.
Yes. Do you know what the actual
Wisdom save.
Wisdom. There we go. He's like, "Are you sure?" As he already starts turning around.
I'm sure.
Okay. He heads back to his post.
And I would like to leave out a side door. I don't want to go out the main entrance. I'm going to find a way to just leave out a side entrance.
Okay. You walk out a side entrance, and I imagine that you will like sort of peek out, not just swing the door.
Yeah,
open.
no. I look.
The whole place is ringed with guards.
Fuck. If I get closer to the exit, do I maybe see like little crowds of servants I can kind of like buck up to kind of make it look like I'm going with them?
In the main courtyard.
Do any of them seem to be leaving the manor now? I mean,
No, everyone is being held.
fuck. Okay, how I need to come up with a lie. Okay. Were there any obvious? I'm assuming there were no bodies back where I was, right?
No, they're all being
I
moved
could
at this point.
But like when I hid, where I hid, there weren't
No,
bodies.
there are no
around.
bodies.
Okay, then I could probably make up a story. What was the room I was in like? Was it like a utility room? Was it a linen closet?
It was just a random like guest room on the
Okay.
second story.
Okay. I have an alibi then. Yeah, no, I'm gonna kind of just
the best way to commit a felony, an alibi.
I'm just gonna very timidly walk out. Like I look lost. I want to keep up this act that I am a young girl and I don't know what's going on. And
Okay, as you walk out, one of the very large legionnaires in the Order of the Lion moves up. "I'm sorry, you'll have to come with us," and sort of just guides you towards the big crowd, and they are ringing that crowd as well. And a person comes over who's wearing plague mask, leather gloves, and starts sort of like checking for any like black splotches.
okay, I'll let him.
Okay. Well, we'll now move across to Saren.
Oh.
So, what would you like to do?
Well, I had a perception check last time that you told me to hold. I didn't get the results of that.
Okay. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened at the end of the last episode with you. Where were you?
I was near the prison cells, and I had followed the footsteps of Sam and Nia out until I got onto the carpet.
That's
and it
right.
was
That's right.
there that, yeah.
Okay, so you can kind of see that the footsteps stop, and they are like this area. You've got a hallway ahead of you. There's a set of rooms all down one side. There's a banquet hall on the other, and then there's a staircase at the end of the hall that goes upstairs.
Okay. Would I have any idea what is upstairs? Like, would that lead to any place of interest?
Not really.
No.
Just more rooms.
Okay. I think I'm gonna walk down the hallway and check out the rooms, because her thought process would probably be like, someone could have maybe hid in there during all of this when people started to come in and whatnot.
Okay.
And she's gonna see if she can find any more bits of evidence, like blood still from people walking past these dead bodies from before.
Yeah. So as you're moving through, you see guests in the room are packing up and getting ready to go. The banquet hall was halfway through being prepared for all the guests to eat in. So there's a bunch of servants moving around, and they're kind of all looking very scared and shocked, but they're kind of like just going about their work almost as a means to distract themselves. But you can see that someone who's a bit more nicely dressed, he might be like the head of the kitchens, comes in and like starts whispering to them, and they all drop their things and start moving towards the exit. When you sort of were walking around, the kitchens are quite close to the prisons, and it's kind of like in between the prison area and the or at least the stairs that go down to the prison area and the guest area. It's that point right between them.
Okay. Yeah, I guess she'd investigate around there to see if she can find any like smear blood, or if like anyone looks like they're acting a little bit like hidden, like hiding into the crowd kind of thing.
Okay. Make a insight check.
Okay. Nat 20.
There's no one at all like looking like they're trying to hide the crowd. These people are very
Okay.
carefully stepping around the blood, mostly because they're like disgusted as opposed to anything else. They don't seem to realize there's anything more going on. And they are, being ushered out now. The head of the kitchens goes into, like he leaves, walks very quickly past you, paying almost no attention, and then goes into the kitchen area, which is like kind of down a hall and around a corner.
Okay. Well, if she's not saying... I think she might follow that person just for a little bit, just because it's just a little bit odd to not have like any notice or word towards her being here. So
Okay.
just for a quick second, just see like where he goes, and if it's nothing, then she'll back off.
He just goes into the kitchen. You hear him sort of like muffled yell out for people to start getting out.
Okay.
He doesn't leave, but two others do, and they both just nod to you as they go past. You can hear someone doing, like, you hear like maybe two people left in the kitchen doing something. Do you follow, or do you just wait in the hallway?
No, I think I'll follow and kind of look in, like, check on it.
Okay. As you
Stealthily.
Okay. Make stealth check.
Because I'm not gonna. I'm being careful about this.
I'm not about to get shanked today.
No, not today. I ain't gonna be caught with this.
I will be rogue.
25.
Okay. As you leave, the person you thought was the head of the kitchens sort of like steps out as Yarrow descends back into the void.
It's fine. It's gonna happen tonight. I'll fix it next week.
So he sort of like steps out, and you are sort of there's sort of these almost like pillars in the wall, and you've sort of like as you've heard him coming, you sort of like put your back against it, and he just doesn't even see you as he leaves. But you can still hear one person in the kitchens, and you just hear that shh, 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 as he's just quickly sharpening some knives.
Why is he sharpening knives during all this? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm gonna continue to watch over them and follow them wherever they go, because that's really weird to her.
Okay. So if you sort of put your head in there, he hangs a few knives up on the wall, and he has like a belt, and he looks like he's like almost like he's a thin, not too thin, but lean sort of guy, slick back hair, and he might be the butcher because he's got a few like almost like skinning knives and like a big thick blade, and he like puts the belt on. He has a clean shirt on, and he puts on a coat around himself, and like sort of like rugs up against almost like the cold, I guess, even though it's not too cold outside. And he sort of walks out the door. We'll see if he sees you. He does not.
Okay. What direction is he going?
He's just heading towards the main exit.
Okay, well, that's where she was going to go towards anyways, since she's not finding anything inside, so she would be assuming that the people have left. So yeah, she will follow after him and see if anyone like gives like, I guess, a notice to him, like recognition, just a nod of letting him pass.
As he's sort of making his way, you see as he gets to the main entrance, the main gate, there's a guy sort of steps out and like holds up their hand. He just looks at them and shakes his head, and they step back, and he sort of keeps on going. That's about it. He sort of moves into the crowd. You'd have to now be pretty close to keep eyes on him. Do you want to push yourself into the crowd or not?
I guess this is Saren's current best lead, so yeah, she would just in case. Better safe than sorry.
Okay. Make a stealth check at disadvantage as you start pushing your way through the crowd.
25 again.
Jesus.
High level rogues.
Rogues.
Okay.
Rogways.
He sort of gets halfway through the crowd and stops and turns around and sort of locks eyes with you for a second. Raises an eyebrow. Can I help you at all? I hear people
Yes.
mumbling behind me. You looked over my shoulder a couple of times. And why are you following me?
I would like to question you about the events back at the castle.
Oh, okay. What would you like to know?
So, where were you about an hour ago? What were you doing?
I work in the kitchens. I was the butcher. I was carving meat for the morning.
I'm gonna insight check him.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus, that dice just ran right up there. I have like a pile of dice in my tray and it just whoop. 20, not a nat 20, but a 20.
Seems to be telling the truth.
Okay. Did you hear a commotion?
Yes, but it's not my place to intervene in such things. Is everything all right? Why are you? I feel like I'm the wrong person to be asking these things.
You never know. You have knives on you.
I do, yes.
So, would you mind me having a look at them at the moment?
Sure. And he just pulls aside his coat and holds it out so you can look at them.
Okay. I'm going to investigate them for any magical kind of means.
Do you have a way to look for magic?
I don't know. Some games like let you roll Arcana, some games, so like I don't know if I need a certain thing.
Okay, you're not a caster anyway, are you?
No, that's the
okay.
thing.
I'll let you make an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. Arcana, it's just a 13.
Yeah. Okay. There's no magic on them that you can see.
Okay.
Look, I didn't see much. I just came in the morning. I did my. Sorry, this was something appear on the stream. Just did my usual. I cut up what I had to cut up, and then. I mean, there was one. Sorry, what was your name?
Saren.
Saren. Nice to meet you.
Your name?
Samuel.
Pleasure to meet you. Continue what you were saying.
Well, I did hear a commotion and put my head out the door just for a moment, and I did see the body, so we locked the kitchen doors, but there was a small girl walking around. It was quite odd.
Small girl. What did she look like?
You know, I didn't get a good look. It was just I saw her walking away from me towards the guest rooms. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Well, seeing the back of her is still enough to see hair color, length.
What did you look like, Shelby? And she remembers how to unmute.
Struggling to unmute my mic. Sorry. Was this before or after I had masked a mini face?
Yes.
It was after. Okay. Short, really wavy, mousy brown hair. She's tiny. Dressed in servant's garb.
He describes this to you.
See, the thing is that even before you told me the name, like the entire time I'm just thinking, like, his attire's too clean for a butcher. And butchers don't have some garment of knives around them, so it's just like, but still that is a no because there is a second person. And she knows that at least. All right. They have shoes.
No, not that I saw. They were walking across the carpet, the runner towards the hallway, and I almost didn't hear them.
Right.
He's going to insight you now to see why you're so suspicious. Jeez. Okay, so nat 20.
Can I roll something?
You can.
You can test
roll a
that.
deception.
Okay.
And it'll become your actual skills against each other. If you get a nat 20.
Yeah. Nat 20. Deception, that would be a 24.
24. So his is slightly higher on his insight.
Yep. I had expected that.
Yeah. So he's sort of looking at you. He's just like, what is all this about? It seems that you have some special interest here I don't quite understand. Would you like to maybe tell me what's really going on here?
Well, shouldn't it be obvious? Something happened and I'm looking for the people that did it.
Yes, but there's a special interest in me when there's so many others.
Because you acted strange.
How did I act strange?
Everyone is being ushered off, rushed urgently away from the place. They are being investigated and checked for a plague that is on the bodies, but yet you just walked out without being checked. You stayed behind and sharpened knives for some reason. You are clean for a butcher.
I brought a change. I always bring a change of clothes. Who wouldn't? I get grimy and messy, and I don't want to have to walk home smelling like dead animal.
Quite a clean butcher. Why would your grimy clothes be left at the palace?
Because they have
Why wouldn't you bring it
cleaners.
back to clean it?
Because the palace has cleaned. Sorry, I feel like. You're interrogating me on things that you just don't seem to understand. So, blood is quite bad for metal. I had to wash them and clean the knives before hanging them up. We have very high grade metal here. It'll do a lot of damage. And it comes out of my pay. I have my own personal set of knives, which I take home and bring to. I own a small farm and I butcher animals there, so I need them. Someone's sick.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
I wasn't stopped. I was told to get into the crowd. Apparently you can pass freely though. And I kind of feel that maybe you're throwing people off your scent. So are you the one that have killed people?
No.
No? Judging by the burns on your hands and the faint air of superiority, you seem to be some fallen Asimar. Maybe you shouldn't...
I'm not fallen, but that's a good guess.
Well, still, stones and glass houses.
You're quite well spoken. You're quite well clean. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Well, I did want to be a doctor for a while, and couldn't afford all the training. Got about 3/4 way through it. My family owned a farm. I became a butcher. You're well spoken for some peasant bounty hunter.
Oh, you know what I am? How did you know?
Because you're tracking me down in a crap. Sorry, maybe. Yes, you're well spoken, but apparently still an idiot. What is going on here?
Very interesting.
Can I at some point just show up?
You can
I've
in a
burned
second.
enough people. I've burned enough people.
I feel like if you walk towards the crowd, a panic will start. So let's just wait just 1 second.
Okay.
So whose authority are you questioning me on? I'm very, very curious.
Not really authority right now.
Oh, good.
Just
Fuck
something
off. And he just
changed.
starts moving away.
Just
As he walks away, he's like,
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna fuck off. I'm going to
Oh,
allow him to go for a little bit, and then I'm going back to stealthing.
Okay. Yarrow, now you show up. You sort of like walk up to the crowd, and there is this like low rumble that goes through it. They all start moving back a bit. Some do try to run, and guards, grab them. They all think you're about to burn them.
No. I have done one thing, and that is probably save an entire city from potential demonic damnation. Believe me or not, I can assure you, all of you are A-okay as long as any of you do not have a black spot on your body.
You see people start like pushing at each other, and you've caused a bit of a panic now by saying that. There's people being like, hurling insults and like whatever they can find on the ground at you as well. My wife was in there, you bastard, as they throw things, and there's like a kid just crying for his dad. It's a bit rough. And you can see the whole thing.
That's the expected reaction.
Everyone starts jostling and moving, and the legionnaires grab shields and start trying to make a tight ring around it. And despite their size and strength, they are being pushed back because you've just freaked out a bunch of people. Be like, as long as no one has the black spot, they're fine. And now everyone's like ripping at each other trying to find the black spot. So
Oh God,
they can handle that themselves.
I don't want to be in this crowd. Why'd you do this?
And there's gonna be someone who's like, "You've got a mole. You've got a mole. You've got a mole. You're going. Go. You're going."
I'm dashing into the goddamn castle. Deuces.
just rolling some quick checks.
Okay,
so first of all, Sarah, make yourself a perception check and then a stealth check. At disadvantage because crowd going crazy.
Kelsey?
I'm sorry. I was stuck in my thoughts of like that fucker. And
I saw that. So it was a stealth and perception check at disadvantage because the crowd is going nuts.
So it's a stealth at disadvantage?
Both of them, because you're being jostled around and...
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll roll stealth first. Stealth is a 27. I rolled a 12 as the lowest, and I have a plus 15. Perception. That's going to be the problem there. Perception.
I would like to attempt at some point something, but I'll wait for Kelsey.
Yeah, we're about to get to your part.
Yeah, perception is the problem because that's a plus 1, 14.
14. Okay. You're sort of getting pushed around, jostled back and forward. It's getting a bit spicy in there as you hear someone scream and someone's been stabbed behind you, and the crowd sort of jumps back from it. Everyone starts, yelling out. There's 3 separate people holding knives at the moment. 2 of them are bloodied, and everyone starts just falling on each other in a frenzy, looking for black spots, fighting each other, worried they're going to get infected. The cordon of knights starts to break. People start running out and getting out into the city. And what's your AC?
My AC?
Yep.
It would currently be 16 because I'm not wielding the swords.
Okay. You take 31 points of damage.
Here's...
Unseen
I am
from
aware.
the side.
I am aware of any hidden creature within 10 feet of me.
I don't know if it's counted as hidden or just there's...
No, it's hidden.
Okay.
It says, I'm pretty sure. Let me,
so you're in a crowd. It's like, not that you don't know people are there, it's just that you can't get a pinpoint or anything because you're being thrown back and forward. Read the ability to me.
If you're able to hear, you are aware of the location of any hidden or invisible creature within 10 feet of you.
Okay. Okay. Sure. You still take.
That's fine.
I was trying to think how this would work because I don't disagree that you wouldn't know they're there. It's not. That's not the problem. It's not that you. It's not that you can hear them either, really, because you've just got this screaming. It's like, it's like being at a concert and having someone 3 people away try to talk to you. You kind of know they're there because there's 5,000 people screaming, but you don't really hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
So, what are you intending to do with this knowledge?
To one, be able to tell where that's coming from, but also at the same time, since I'm able to know that, I can uncanny dodge this, which just halves the damage.
Yeah, okay. I'll say that you can use your uncanny dodge. It's less of you like instinctively dodging out of the way of that particular thing, and more that you're trying to go with the ebb and flow of the crowd to not get too trampled, and you just kind of luck out of getting impaled. So you kind of, you got stabbed in the side, so you know roughly where it came from, but you take the hit, you crouch down, pull away, cut sort of shallow, has glanced off your hip and up into your abdomen a bit without going too deep. And you can't really see anything. It's just a sea of people running and screaming.
I want to run in that direction to try.
Cannot right now. 1 second.
I am done
right now, Ignis.
with all this panic. I would like to persuade this entire crowd. I'm going to use prestidigitation, and I'm going to make the light sound of bells coming from my direction in order to get their attention to calm them down.
All right, public panic, mass murder.
People are being stabbed.
Another mass murder, and then the stabbings. Make whatever check you think's gonna work is just gonna be at disadvantage. It's only because I don't know if you've ever seen people in a panic. It's not
Okay.
the guy with the megaphone being like, "Please calm
So
down."
the first one's a 17.
Yeah.
The first one's a 17. And the second one is a 16.
Okay. So what does the total equal?
So 26, because my persuasion is 10.
Perception.
Persuasion.
I know what you're trying to say.
I'm sorry, my brain.
I say a dozen people have broken out. And then as you use this, the rest sort of start calming down and being, some of the ones that were running sort of stop and turn. What are you trying to say?
So I shouting as loud as I can, almost kind of like the little one thing with what's his name from Double Doors. It's like silence. I would like everyone to please remain calm, because you're all stressing me out.
Make an intimidation
I would like
check.
Oh god.
With advantage, considering you just killed half the people.
I rolled a natural 20, not kidding.
Okay.
I'm not even touching it.
So a lot of them just start falling to their knees and crying. You can see in a gap of the people, there's now Saren sort of holding her side where it's bleeding.
Oh my goodness, look what you've all done. You're
Am
about
I
to kill
seeing-
innocent
It
women.
wasn't them.
Okay.
Am I
Who has
seeing this
knives?
number?
Give me your knives. Show me what's in your hands.
One of them sort of throws a knife out to the front and just clatters onto the ground.
Okay, I'm proud of you. You stepped up. Guards, arrest him.
It's just what? As one
You
of the
stabbed
leeches
somebody.
there's no blood on this knife. He just grabs
well,
that guy and it's like
Never
starts
mind.
dragging him out.
No blood. No blood. No blood. Sorry. I thought that they had done something wrong.
Just lets the guy go. He's like falls and cracks his head on the ground. He's like, oh,
Yeah. Don't carry knives in a public space. That's how you get arrested very easily.
Am I here?
Would you have tried to make a run for it?
Yes, absolutely. As soon as the crowd went nuts, I would
You
have
would have been
bolted.
towards the outside of the crowd, not the inside like Saren.
No, I would have bolted. Fuck this.
Make a acro check to get out of all the push and pull and people.
Oh, acro. Acro.
I'll throw my stick at somebody.
Well, that is a 10.
I just see a girl falling down in front of me, like,
You see one try to run,
Now that's
that falls down
unfortunate.
in front of one of the guards. This was before Ignis stepped in to calm them down. So as everything was pushing and pulling around, you see this young girl fall down in front of the guard, and she just gets kicked in the chest back into the crowd. And as she rolls, you see frizzy, short brown hair, freckles, and she's very small.
I'm.
Wait,
Here's the thing. I know that
guard
guy was
kicked you?
definitely it, but this person, I'm just like, okay. And I'm going to place my hand on her shoulder and just going to be like, it's too dangerous for you here. Come on. And I'm going to lift her up and try to just help shimmy out of the crowd sideways.
Does Saren...
Sound of bells. To the sound
Just-
of bells.
just Ignis at the front, like a
Like,
plane
I
thing. It's
need
like,
everyone
"This
in
way."
a single file line.
Are you just allowing this to happen, Nia?
I need to ask, does Saren wear any motifs that show that you work for Etredale or for the Umber Hearts?
No.
Then yes, she will let you.
Okay. Just a second. As you are moving out of the crowd, one of the people on the floor who is sort of hugging their wife, the wife starts to scream, the guy sort of goes limp, and you can see his arm, jaw, and face is sort of like distending and combining and congealing with her flesh as well.
Oh, fuck.
And
Ew.
we will. What's the time? Is it time for a break? It's time for a break, I think. We'll come back in 5 to 10 minutes as we see exactly what happens next.
Crowd control.
We'll see you
Crowd
all
control.
very, very soon. Thank you for
See
sticking
what
around.
Oric's
Thank you for showing
doing.
up. Welcome back, everyone, to Roll for Damage. We are playing in the scales above. We are about halfway through, and some flesh monstrosity, the Thing style, is occurring in the middle of a crowd. And it might go real bad. If only there was a Bernie boy there to save everyone. Let's see how it goes. So, right now, this person who's hugging their wife has started melding with them as their flesh sort of just starts to join. And the wife is screaming and trying to tear away from the husband, but they're now effectively the same person. And as people are backing away, you can see that there's tendrils of flesh on the ground. Some have creeped up other people's legs, and as they try to run, they fall and get slowly sort of reeled in. There's maybe 4 or 5 people that you can see. You can't tell if all of the ones that have fallen are part of this newborn abomination or if they've just fallen in shock. But the crowd once again starts pushing back.
How many people are within the immediate vicinity that are not absorbed by this thing?
There's about 20 to 30.
20 to 30.
And I'd say that Seren is on the outside closest to you now, like pushing at a guard to let them out, and he's not right now.
Okay. So the first thing that's going to happen is that this thing needs to cease to exist, like right now. So I'm gonna say, if I can, see, that, oh God, is it like all within like all those people are within 10 feet of it?
Yeah, I'd say
Or-
that. Well, the 25
does
people are being like pushed together, so there's like maybe 3 to 4 people per 5 foot square. Like so,
What's the size of this creature?
it right
like-
now is would be counted as a large creature.
Oh, perfect. So that does cover the 10-foot radius.
Yeah.
Because Flame Strike.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm bringing this down at the maximum possible level that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be my 8th level spell.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So with Flame Strike, it is an extra. See, it is an extra D6 for each slot above 5th, starting at 4d6. So 4 plus that's 7d6, and I choose it to be radiant.
Okay.
All right.
Get your burn on.
4, 1, 2, 3. That is the first time I've ever rolled that many d6 for a spellcaster. All right. Okay.
You don't roll enough fireballs as a GM then.
If I roll fireball, all those people are dead. All right. So that's 4, 7, 11. What else? 19, 20. Oh, no, wait. Ones are twos because of my feature. So 6, 2, 3. So 6 plus 19 is 25. So 25 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, and then you get an additional 46 fire damage on that. Because it's 46 fire, 46 radiant, and then an additional 1d6 of your choice. So,
Oh,
yeah,
well then.
flame strike.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 25 points, or 25 points of radiant, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And 24, 10. That's another 19 points of fire damage. And if it is fire resistant, no, it's not.
Oh, okay. Well,
Mental adept.
Yep.
the sky has kind of been getting cloudy, and for just this moment, it's almost like a solar flare just bursts through the clouds, and hits the center of this point, and then just coils up into the sky. It's big like inferno. It's very dead. So are a few other people that just were a little bit too close, but it's fine. You definitely killed the creature and anyone it was attached to.
Okay, so
The crowd starts screaming and pushing, and some of the guards on the outside start cutting. The crowd
Seren,
gets
come
shoved
here.
back. Seren is not one of the ones that gets cut down right now.
Can I see her? Can I point to her?
Yeah.
Aaron's holding a child.
I'm just gonna friggin' I'm going to like put my hands onto this girl. It's just like, be 10 feet away from me and just wait a moment, okay? I have something important for you. And like just places her back. And then she is going to just do her, like, she's away from the crowd, because she's not going to do this around a bunch of people, but she's going to ignite in her radiant consumption. So then now she's like glowing like a star. And she's just going to like yell as loud as possible, just like, stop!
How much damage do you take?
How much damage I take?
Half your level plus half of that, because you're resistant.
So usually it's 8 damage, but because of my resistance, it's 4.
Okay.
So I'll take 4 damage, and she just yells out, just stop. You are alive, and you will cease cutting down these people. You are scared, and I understand that. But this is not going to help. Take a breath. You are alive. You are here. The monster is gone. That was an act to protect you. You were protected. Stop for a moment and listen, please.
Make a persuasion at advantage.
Okie dokie. Persuasion is very high. That is a 29.
Okay. Most of them stop. A couple more are cut down. And at this point, some just have their sanity start to break at what's been going on. They just curl up in a ball crying on the floor. There is maybe 8 people left, including you and unnamed peasant girl that you've been protecting.
Yes. Okay. I look to the guards and I just say, you are here for these people. You know how to restrain them without your swords. You were trained. Put them down, and everyone just stop. Look away. You're fine. You're safe. You're going to figure this out. I'm going to talk to the Lord, his Father. You will have order. And if you have no marks on you, I like look at the guards with like my burning eyes, my long glowing like tails like a phoenix, and my sword that is like also glowing this bright blue that is just combining with this, emitting this mist. You will let them leave because they are not a danger. You are protecting them. So protect them. And don't aid the killer.
All of the crowd are now more in towards the center. One of the Order of the Lion, who, just to remind those who've been playing for a while, have never spoken, turns towards you, Saren. We are not here for these people. We are here for Etredale.
Are they not Etredale?
Your word carries no weight.
Etredale is nothing without the people.
You will be checked for lesions, and then, if clean, be allowed to leave under supervision.
Good.
You will not assume authority over us again. Is this understood?
Till further notice, yes.
The plague doctor that was there before sort of moves up, and he's like visibly shaking, and he sort of like ushers you out of the cordon.
I'll just lower down and just out goes the radiance.
Okay. He's just sits there, and he's just like Ushio. He's breathing really heavily, like he's almost having a panic attack. He's going to slowly like lift your arms, search down, go through your hair. He's going to make sure you have no lesions anywhere on your body, no black marks. And then once you're clean, he'll allow you to go talk to whoever you want to talk to. Are you taking anyone with you?
I am going to be taking, yes, Ignis, but I'm also going to be taking Nia.
Okay. So
Nia, not Nia?
Yeah, if
Not
Nia, not
Nia.
Nia, you point her out, he will look over her as well and give the nod to the guards that you are clean. But one of the Order of the Raven gets called over to accompany you. So the Raven Knight is like, I'm sorry, I've been told to follow you wherever you go. He keeps like eyeing off the lions. He's like, they never do that. If you just cooperate, I'm sure.
I wrap my arm around him. I wrap my arm around him. Don't worry. Well, we are under your supervision. I feel safe already.
Thank you. Who do you?
Do you
wish
want
to
a
see?
drink?
No. What the heck? Sorry, you. What is going on here? What is happening?
Sorry.
A massive
Ignis.
mess.
I just make myself really tiny
Yeah, I'm just
behind
You,
Saren.
tiny girl, would you also like a drink?
I'm hiding away from this man. He
we're
scares
not
me.
going to drink right now. Right now, Ignis. I know I'm truly sorry. Truly, I wish I would like to do the same, but what
you
I need to
promised
do
me
right
drinks.
I know. And you know what? I will pay for all of them once we are able to. But
Fair enough.
for now,
I know responsibilities.
exactly. I need to speak to the Lord's Father.
We literally just got out of this situation and you want to get right back.
I have
He's
important things that I need to speak with him about.
he's the
Fair enough.
Lord Master of my order. I can take you there if you wish. Most likely, our chapter house has been put under lock and key. Sure, let's go. And he sort of like ushers you away.
Are you allowed to say your name?
Can I
He
hold
just
his
shakes
hand,
his head.
please?
And he does
All right.
not let you hold his hand.
Dang it. I wanted to ask permission first. If not, then not.
No.
I want us to kindergarten our way.
God.
This dude.
Okay. So as you go to talk to Robert Underheart, Auric, you are, as you've sort of walked in, Sloane's been taken to one side by a guard, and she just sort of like calls out to you that she'll see you later. You are walking down almost empty streets. One, maybe quarter of the city seems to be burning, the far side that you're on.
City itself.
The city itself, yeah. A lot of houses have a symbol of a phoenix marked above their door. and there are a lot of the times you'll sort of pass a house and there might just be like 4 or 5 children living in it, just like squatting, no adults, nothing. Maybe in this area, which you expect to be, 2,000 to 3,000 people in this like district, there might be 100.
So, few questions to start off. So there's a portion of the city that is burning.
Yeah.
That portion is, I'm sorry, you said that was kind of like the opposite side of the city?
Yeah, the other side, the opposite side.
Okay, cool. Are there still like I remember from last week you described, is there still kind of that mingling crowd by the gate trying to get the guards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're holding out their children, like, take my son, he don't need to be here.
Just to gauge similarly how empty this district is, how big is that crowd really?
There's about 30 people there.
Okay, that's what I think.
It sort of grows, and because people come from other districts, and it might grow to hundreds at midday, but right now it's not like that.
And it is morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone accompanying Oric, or is he just moving through alone?
You're just moving through by yourself right now.
Oric will stop. And seeing that group of children that are kind of squatting, he'll step closer to them and let out a quick, just sort of like a whistle over to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of like kneel down at their level to kind of like see if they'll come over.
Yeah, 2 do. It's like maybe a 8-year-old boy, and he's got his maybe 5-year-old, what you assume sister with him, who's holding by the hand, and she's just clutching like a half-burnt teddy bear. Hello?
Oric would look and what has happened to you? Where are your parents?
The Ashman took them to the burning.
The Ashman?
He's the one that takes away the people that they think are sick.
Is that what this represents? He'll point over to one of the phoenix carvings or paintings.
Yeah, any house that they think is clean, they put the symbol above.
Did he do that? I'll point to the burning district.
No, he's got there's others that are with him, or the people with the bird masks sometimes do it. Have you got any food? We haven't eaten in a couple days.
I'll absolutely pull out my rations, and I'm gonna give about half of them. And make sure you share these with your.
I will.
Does the Ashman? Does he work with the Umberhearts, the Lord?
I don't know. Every now and again, they just come past and take people away. And he sort of like he puts his hand to the floor, and what you thought was just dirt, he sort of like, it's just ash. He's like, they begin the burnings at midday when the sun's highest, and the whole city's at the start it was anyone that was, that they thought had a black mark, and then it was anyone that was sick at all, and then if you coughed or were too tired, and anything that they thought might be part of it, whatever it is. My dad called it a pestilence or a curse.
I'll look past these two. What are the others doing? Are they just kind of watching?
Yeah, they're all just like faces at the window looking out, sort of thing. But these two have come outside.
What's the condition of their clothes and shoes and whatnot?
Not good. They're like rags.
Yeah. Warwick will look at the kid and quite the horrible situation. And the eye will light up, and he'll kind of turn his good hand towards the kid, and he'll cast mending on their clothes and shoes.
So you kind of like reverse time a bit.
Exactly.
Back to and they're just like, thank you, and he sort of like starts looking around like he's really scared.
Do not be frightened.
But if we have nice things, the big kids will take it away.
Oh, well, come. Let me help your friends. Perhaps I have something for you to take care of those big kids. And I'll right now I'm gonna avoid asking questions, and I'm gonna mend all of their clothes.
Okay.
And during the process, I'll also like shoot out a dancing lights in kind of like varying colors to try to distract them while I do this. To cheer them up a little bit. And once that's done, I'll look to whichever one is the biggest of these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Do not forget this charity.
The oldest one is the 8-year-old. He's like,
yeah.
I won't. Can we come with you?
Afraid not. What's your name, lad?
I'm Stefan.
Stefan. Afraid where I go, there are much worse things than ashmen, fires, and plague. You do not want to follow me. What you want to follow is your own destiny.
Hope everyone cannot hear my cat. Can I get you to make a perception check?
Yep. Get to use my new dice. My new dice.
I was about to say you give.
My new dice betrayed me.
I was about to say you give them the goo,
dice.
but I forgot you didn't have the goo anymore.
That's a 7. That's a 7.
Okay. You notice nothing.
Yeah.
But what are we gonna do if the big kids come back?
You will use this if the big kids come back. And Auric, trying to be a good father figure nowadays, gives this kid a dagger.
What's in your hand? A knife! No!
Auric will pull out a dagger because he has daggers, he just never used them. He's a very dangerous weapon, lad.
You're just gonna repeat the events of Zuko alone.
Mm.
It didn't help Axel.
Thanks, Uncle Ira.
Axel was the leader here before me. He had an axe. But the big kids, they picked him up and they hit him against a building until he didn't get up.
Where are these big kids?
It's demons. Jesus.
Stefan?
They live a bit closer to the center. There's an empty tavern. They're edge.
Show me.
The edge run, I think, is what Dad used to call it.
Take this dagger, Stefan. I'd like you and your friends to lead me to these big kids.
Okay. He sort of nods and he goes about 6 or 7 streets down to this old like tavern. The top story's been sort of like burnt a bit, and they've managed to put it out at some point. As you go in, there's 3 or 4 teenagers, like 15-year-olds, asleep on the bottom floor. And as you sort of open the door, like a 22-year-old man sort of steps out. What you want? What you brought these rats here for?
Afternoon, sir. I just was speaking to them. They were answering my questions quite helpfully, and they informed me that your ruffians here have been harassing them, and I believe committed some what sounded like murder.
Don't pay the taxes.
The taxes?
We protect this part of the city.
You protect this part of the city?
Yeah,
From
we
what?
do.
The Ashman?
So like looks around scared. Look, you're here, and he sort of like reaches down and pulls out a crossbow and just points at you. You bought to pay taxes. It's what you got? Drop any pouches you got on the floor now.
See, my gold is meant for expensive vellum and inks.
Oh, you're some fancy magic person, then, are you? Like the fuckers that caused this? We think it's dirty mages that did it. It's a reason they got banned.
There's a way to protect your community that doesn't require terror. But I am a fan of terror sometimes. And I'll, a question, DM. Would you allow me to non-lethally do something that would probably kill this man normally? Just to terrify him.
Sure.
I will cast. Yeah, well, Auric is like being a good person's new for him. And
violence solves every answer.
I will
this
cast,
is an adult too. So
yeah, he's over it. I'm gonna cast Reality Break on him.
Remind me what Reality Break does?
You shatter the barriers between realities and timelines, thrusting a creature into turmoil and madness. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw where it can't take reactions. Until the spell ends, the affected target must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns. The number rolled determines what happens to the target, as shown on the Reality Break effects table. At the end of each of its turns, the target can repeat the wisdom saving throw, ending the spell on itself on a success.
Oh.
What's a 6 on that table?
6 on that table is the target is teleported, along with everything it is wearing and carrying, up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space of my choice that I can see. He essentially just is sent through a wormhole and goes somewhere and then comes back 30 feet away.
So let's make this proper scary.
Yeah.
A small black hole opens up next to him, and he just gets spaghettified through it, and then just sort of another one opens up above one of the sleeping kids, and he just sort of like the strings of him come out and rebuild, and he's just screaming as he falls to the floor. Crossbow hits the ground and fires off, just hitting one of the other kids in the foot. The like, you know, ruffians as you call them. He gets up and draws a knife and just comes charging at you. But I guess he has to make another check, right? Or he's gonna...
Yep, it lasts for a minute. So he has to make another wisdom saving throw.
He's like a -3, man. He's not gonna pass no wisdom saving throws.
Okay. Exactly why
What does a 1 do on your table?
Poor bastard.
Oh, he is going to go visit Cthulhu. That's Visions of the Far Realm. It sounds exactly what it sounds like. He sees He begins to see madness and horror and what is beyond all time and space and into the horrors of the far realm.
Just like it kicks in, it's just like
As he's running at you,
and then he comes back.
your eye pulses, and you can feel the parts of it moving, and the aperture of it opens up, and he just into it. And in your mind's eye, you can see this large thing reach out and grab him and study him. Whatever creature you've communicated with in the past now has this man, and just sort of squeezes its hand till it breaks, and then starts like just grinding and twisting this little man's hand, this big creature's palm. He breathes out once and ages this person, not physically, but like the soul of him just sort of like shrivels a bit as he comes spitting out back of your eye, hits the ground and rolls, and he just curls up crying and shaking his head, and makes another check.
I'll end my concentration.
Thank you. The kids are now very awake. One of them that's on the floor throws, it's been shot in the foot, throws a knife at you. And the other two are prepping. I'm not going to make an initiative roll here. Just going to make the attack roll for the knife, then you can make any choice you want to do.
Cool.
He completely misses. Out the window goes the knife. He has been shot in the foot, so that makes sense. What is your response? As another two come running down the stairs after the screaming. Make another perception check right now, if you could.
Yes, I am going to use the other dice. Did not help me as much as I thought. That's a 10.
Okay, 10 is all you needed, so that's good. I was like, when you rolled a 7 for, I was like, fuck me, all right. You can see in the corners of the rooms and scurrying across the table spiders, and webs start being built in the corners, and any that have been in this building start like slowly descending from the roof as you are sort of flaunting your power a bit here.
Oh. These are like normal house spiders. Boy. What I at this point, I would just like to, whatever kid is lunging towards me, I'd like to just cast a momentary stasis on them to freeze them, and just say out to all of these teenagers, you will no longer harm these children, and you will begin to rebuild your community without such ugliness.
Mister, there's no community to rebuild. This is it now, it's all we got. So, if you don't like it, I suggest you get out as part of town, because you've got to sleep eventually. Not understanding what elves are.
I'll step up to this one and kind of like not kneel down, sort of like crook down a little bit. They're probably not that much shorter than me.
He has a knife in his hand, so, you know, getting too close.
No, I know. I understand this. And I will leave. But like I said, you don't need to rebuild this community. I don't. Would leave those kids alone. We'll end up like him.
Stefan comes up next to you and pulls on your sleeve. Like, it was him. Him and then he points to one of Stasis. They did Axel. He starts to cry.
So, you've murdered a child.
What of it?
I'm gonna roll for something.
Fucking gravity sinkhole, rip them apart.
Hey yo, I'll show up. I'll be the Ash Man.
You're busy dealing with the child right now.
Yeah, I am. I wanna.
Thanos snap this sugar-headed Beavis.
I just saw that.
That is
what?
amazing.
Oh, I just noticed that
read
in the
it,
chat.
and I broke.
Oric is gonna look down at Stefan and say, "Run along outside."
He looks up to you with tears in his eyes and just nods, and he goes out. And his sister's standing at the doorway, and she sort of picks her up, and carries her out. And all the kids are just standing outside.
Look this guy in the eyes, and I'll look at the frozen one. And what are the rest of them doing? The ones that are not these two.
They're kind of like smirking a little bit because like you're this newcomer in town. You're too clean. You don't know the way here. You have fucked things up. They are like, you can tell they're scared, but they're also like, they're bullies trying to act confident.
Yeah. And this guy talking to me, he seemed clearly like, besides that adult, the leader of the teenagers.
Yeah, it seems like he might be like the lieutenant here.
Talk shit, get hit.
Okay. Excellent. So I will Oric is just going to look at them and look all around, and maybe just kind of crack his neck a little and, well, charming fellows you all are. And I'll start to turn to leave. And then I'm just going to hold up my good hand and just toss a black marble behind my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to cast Gravity Sinkhole on specifically to get these two.
I was kidding, Oric. What the fuck?
What's the radius of Gravity Sinkhole?
It's not that big, but it's pretty big for a ruined building. It's 20 feet.
20-foot radius. That's a 40-foot diameter. How tall does it go? Same thing?
Sphere. It's a sphere.
Okay. As you turn to walk away, you can see now that the windows are spiderwebbed over. The door is like shrinking closed as well. And as you step through it, it sort of like seems to like get pulled open a bit, and then as the spiders do their work, and then vroom, the whole room becomes this blackened sphere as everything in it is crushed to the floor. The second story collapses in until it's just the shell standing upright, and it's mostly only standing upright because of the spider silk holding it up. And somewhere deep, deep in the back of your mind and your soul, you just hear, good.
I'll turn back. Like I imagine I'm right at the door at this. And I look back at just the hollowed out space. Were there any survivors?
Cool.
That's what I wanted to check on.
You heard him, the creature that communicates with him, Smug say, good.
Okay. I will step outside, close the door. And just sort of kneel down and pat Stefan on the shoulder. Look to his sister. Hand them 20 gold. And just say, thank you for the information.
He sort of like looks in their wide eyes like, thank you. You're welcome. and one of the kids is crying, like just like,
Oh.
like oh god.
Oh.
But they kind of follow you for a little bit before turning off, and they go towards one of the nicer parts that's still standing to buy food and maybe get somewhere to stay that's not a shitty slum. Where are you going now after your murder of children?
Yeah, casual. I am going to go to. I guess I am gonna follow the streets and try to find the Lord. I'm just trying to find the Lord's manor and connect with Robert. That's my sole purpose of being in here right now.
Okay. Currently, the Lord's manor is sort of locked down and seems to be empty. There's guards around the outside of it. A lot of these places are gone. The places you've been to in the past, I believe you knew of the Wizard Tower, you knew of the Keep and the Order of the Raven, chapter house. But that's about it. You hadn't really been many other places, have you?
No.
Okay. Any of those places piquing your interest? You do know that that Robert Umberhart at one point was, closely tied to the Order of the Raven.
Yeah, in that case, given that, and kind of knowing that he was not the active Lord when I learned about him, I would head to the Order of the Raven then.
Okay. You get down there and you sort of, approach. So I was like, hello, is there?
Hello, these guards.
It's just someone like on the there's no guards outside. It's someone on the inside of the door. It's like they're like closing as a bunker again.
Mm-hmm.
He's like calling through the door.
I would say to them, good morning. I have come with the host of Henri Umberhart. I was sent in to investigate and find his grandfather, or his father, or what remains of his father.
Unfortunately, his father is dead, and he is burnt. Was afflicted with whatever is happening here. We are still trying to decipher it, but the Robert is indisposed of right now.
Indisposed of?
Yes, he is currently, I believe, talking to some of the other nobles of the city, trying to... He's not ill. He had gone to visit the Collegio Arcana, and then he was going to see Zia, and he sort of like, you can hear like flicking of paper. Sorry, the noble house is not much, just he's been busy, just says visiting the nobles.
Well, I have been bound to House Umberhart through a deal back in Capital. I think it would be wise for me to check in with the Lord, to provide what help I can. I am a capable individual from the capital.
Okay. As I said, he's not here. You could either wait outside till he comes back, or you could follow his trail. Maybe he told someone at the college where he was going. Sorry, I cannot be of more help.
Fair enough. Who might I suppose I'll just head over there then. Thank you, sir. Stay safe.
You head over to the college?
Yeah.
Okay. Get back to you in a little bit. All right. The three of you head off to the Order of the Raven to find Robert Underhart. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You get there, and you find out that he is here. You are let in. It's just when you sort of get to the door, well, I guess, what do you say?
But Robert or
Yeah, well, let's say you get to the door of the chapter house, you've knocked, and someone's, hello?
hello, we've come here to speak with the senior Umberheart.
Unfortunately, he is indisposed of right now. He is grieving the loss of his son. Sorry, what is your name?
Saren Talonray.
Oh, we've hired you before to go over the mountains. Just one moment. And after maybe 10 minutes, the door opens.
During those 10 minutes, I'm talking to this Order of the Raven guy, and I'm all like, so anyway, I started blasting.
No.
God.
I'm
By
really
the way,
sorry I invited him on. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't be
it's okay.
sorry. Don't be sorry. This is just how
No,
it
no,
is.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I just want to note, by the
Sorry.
way, I had sent a message about this to Shelby, but I could say it out here. But Saren took out some nice looking shoes from like her bags and stuff and gave that to Nia to wear since she does not have any shoes. And she didn't want her to be walking around like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm assuming none of you asked my name. I'm just the weird girl that you found.
Yeah.
No, I would ask. Just what's your name?
Then I would have told you my name was Sonia, and if I have to take do a roll for that, I will.
And for all intents purposes, all I wanted to do was make sure that the city remained perfectly safe. But then everyone just lost their goddamn mind.
Do I need to roll for that
No.
deception, Nova?
Unless Saren wants to be like insight.
I would incite it just because I'm like because of my interaction with Samuel.
Okay,
I am a
well,
bit-
how's a high number? Hold on. I have a very high deception modifier.
I have a nat 20.
Well, this is a 31.
Does your
Okay.
nat 20 beat the 31?
I don't know how the nat 20s work here. If
So
it still goes by the number.
just go by the number, just because
Okay,
player
then
player.
no.
No, okay. So just so everyone's aware, there is a 2-month gap with Auric being 2 months ahead into the future right now, which is why they haven't just run into each other. So
This Bacano. This Bacano feeling.
Sonia is telling the truth according to what your insight tells you. The door opens, and they sort of you'll have to keep this to yourselves because we don't want to cause more panics than is already happening. And they take you through to a room, and in a bed is Robert Underheart, who is just sitting there slack-jawed looking at the ceiling. He's still breathing, but he just seems to have the trauma from his son's death has done something to him.
Can I not enter the room? Can I
Yeah.
stay outside the door?
Yeah, you can if you
I
want.
look like a scared little girl, so I'm going to keep up the act.
He became like this as soon as he heard the news about his son.
That is correct. He apparently tried to cast some sort of. He's not really. He's a lawmaster, not a wizard or anything, but he tried to cast something that he was not really able to. And
Is he?
Oh, so he was messing with something he wasn't supposed to.
that he was not in his right mind. He was ranting and raving to us, saying he had to do something. He lost his boy, and
I mean, understandable.
he
Yes.
attempted this. We have some very low level magic users here. This is part physical, part spiritual, and part magical in its nature. And we are not sure if we should try to fix it or see if it should just fix itself in time. We are worried that us trying to break whatever this is will cause more damage.
I might have something, but do you have, and I want to make sure I am correct on this, do you have any diamond dust somewhere around 100 gold pieces worth?
We do, but as I said, we're not sure if we want to attempt anything.
Well, it is within my profession.
1 second. I think my car alarm's going off.
I think it is.
We also just got a raid.
Oh,
Welcome, Raiders.
that's why the car alarm was
Girl.
going off.
Such a powerful.
Raid!
Hello.
Raid
Thank
Shadow
you.
Legends.
Thank you, Game Raider Girl, for the raid.
Thank
Since
you.
Nova's not
Hey,
here, I'll
Game
do the
Raider.
thank you for it. Thank you for the raid. Such shit is happening.
Thank you for the
Child
raid.
murder happened, or it
Bleak.
killed a couple teenagers.
Bleak.
They deserved it though. They
It keeps
absolutely
getting
deserved
sad,
it.
but the man with the smile is just trying his best.
It's it's been an interesting session of traumatic events so far. Standard
There's only
D&D.
one person. Yeah.
In Oryx
Well,
mindset,
Standard
how old are they?
Nova.
40?
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell. Okay, so yes, they do bring you the diamond dust, but they're like, our people have decided not to do anything. We if you wish to, understand that once the new Lord
Fine.
Henry comes in here, if you have hurt his if you've done damage to his last remaining family, he might hold you accountable. And he's a noble man, but he is a wrathful man.
Well, Ignis, would you be able to examine him before doing this?
I can certainly try.
let's-
Can I see if this is kind of like a magical infliction that a greater restoration would be able to cure?
Make an Arcana check and a Medicine check.
Oh, joy! I'm good in one of those.
While he's doing that, I'm
So-
going to ask.
So first, I will do medicine because I'm banking on that 18 plus 8, so that's a 26.
An Arcana.
And for Arcana, that is going to be a 5.
5 total?
Yes. Hold on. Yes, it will be a 5 in total.
You can detect nothing magical about this affliction. Oh my god. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
it's you think maybe he's had some, like, the stress and the pressure of this has maybe caused something to sort of like pop in his head. You've heard of it before, but that's about it.
Because I don't want to waste this spell, but I also like
here before that
Okay.
like I'm gonna ask this person, like, is he responsive at all?
No, he is
No.
not.
like his brain is 0.
We have a few tests, and he gets a little like wand, and he like says something, whispers something, and like a little dancing light appears, and he holds up, like he opens the guy's eye, and there's like no response in the pupils.
Oh yeah, no, he's yeah, his intelligence is 0 right now. That's what I can feel.
He has no response. They try to they like knock on his knees to like try to get that nerve response. Nothing. They take a long thin needle and they push it into his hand. No response. And they like do that in a few places. Nothing.
Can I, before, because God, probably something's gonna need to be done, but can I examine him for any like signs of something that is like a similar like magic residual of like the plague or anything? Like, I don't know, look at his eyes to see if there's any like black lining or just kind of anything like that, because when we tried to revive the sun, it went bad. I don't want a repeat of that.
Yeah,
you can't see anything like that. Like doing a once over on him, you see nothing like that.
Okay. I want to be thoroughly sure. What would an investigation of like just the general overview of the body? I'm not physically touching it, like without gloves at least.
An orc brought spiders into my house.
You can't really see anything. It's just like his brain's checked out.
Yeah, no, that means his brain is at 0. He's he ain't got nothing going on upstairs. The lights are on, but nobody's home.
So, what happens, Saren, is the same Order of the Raven man comes up to you. This is how he's been since he heard, or since he did see the spell. He tried to do the spell. He was muttering to himself and talking to something. We call it the shadow, I think. The shadow of the raven. I'm not sure. It was very odd. We in a predicament. Is with entering not here is meant to be in charge. The other nobles here will try to take power. We don't know what to do. We are sworn to not lead. The 2 knightly orders are not allowed to have any sort of authority or power in case the nobles or the peasantry feel oppressed.
Okay.
Can we trust you to act as some sort of shadow leader, someone that can move around and talk to people? And between the 2 of you, I know you have contacts in different parts of the cities. Hopefully you can.
I have contacts around the city, and I'm sure that Ignis does as well in the areas that I have not. And I believe that we can absolutely work as a shadow. This is not the first family that I've worked around. I've been around other noble families and have done work. I believe that I can be of help and give some proper instruction.
If you don't mind me asking, what noble families have you done work around?
I have been around the Vaughn family.
Oh, interesting. We had never heard of you working with them, and we are an order of knowledge and wisdom, so that is very interesting.
Yes, well, I like my work better here, anyways. But, yes, so... You're going to need to work with this. All right. I don't think that you should magically heal him, Ignis. If he is talking to something, it seems that this magic has definitely brought him to some entity that is speaking with him. And I feel like if we try to heal him from this forcibly with magic, it is going to harm him. It's not going to save him.
I will assess to that agreement. I mean, whatever it is, it's going to be bad. And you're right. If I do anything, this could turn out significantly worse.
Yes.
And considering the past several hours of our lives, yeah.
Yes. So first off, I think that it would be prudent to send word to the other great houses of nobility about this event that has occurred.
We should probably choose them wisely. We don't know them too well, and there are probably some who will assault at a power vacuum.
If there's something I could suggest, the College Arcana is known for its neutrality in these sort of situations. Maybe you could talk to them first and then work sort of through them. I know you have contacts there, and Sigmund is a. I was going to say honest. It's not quite true, but he does what is right.
See, our liaison. Sorry, that's Enoch. See, our liaison.
Who are you? Why did you suddenly have a hat on?
Yeah, so why this is like, see our liaison here.
It's
See our liaison. Our liaison here, perfect for the job, capable of communicating all across. I trust this man greatly. You wouldn't betray my trust, now would you?
Ignis.
Would you?
This guy
Yes.
sort of like looks at you and is like, I'll escort you to the college and then I will leave you at the door. This is I don't know what this is. We have to get this sorted.
Agreed, we should probably do this right about now.
So he
I don't know, probably right about 5 minutes ago.
starts moving you towards the exit and across town to the main gate is at the northernmost point of town. This is the southernmost point of town. In the center of the district stands the sort of wizarding castle, so to speak.
How close of an eye are they keeping on me?
How close?
You have not left my, you have not left my goddamn sight. I'm hovering over you.
I mean, I'm hiding from you actively because you actually scare me.
I mean,
There's
when
no need to be afraid.
I trusted the people, the Ravens out there, to be able to keep an eye on you. So when I was in this room with the Lord, I wasn't. But as soon as I'm out of that room, then I'm back to being just close to you.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get out of this.
I don't
bunk,
have
like,
any escape opportunities.
No.
Okay.
Like they locked you into this area as they go. You can't just like be like haha because there's like a bunch of knights around.
Well,
You
I
could be like,
thought
"Prisoner."
maybe because they seemed more intent on Sarah and Ignis, they might forget about this very forgettable little child walking around.
Yeah, they were, but there's also like probably like 40 knights in the chapter house. I'm just only talking about the one that's accompanying you guys.
I turn to this tiny little girl, very small.
Tiny
you all
little
decide-
girl.
So
What's your
64.
story?
You guys are currently walking towards the college through the city. So
Yeah. It's like, okay, so what's your story? You seemingly may have gotten caught up in a lot of this mess, and I feel like you're very out of place, but I want to make sure that you're in place, that you're safe, that you're, you know.
She's
okay.
like a you know how like people like anxiously like tug at their sleeves or at like bits of their hair when they're nervous?
Yeah.
My dad worked for the guard.
Oh.
I was up in the guest rooms, And then people came and told me that something bad had happened.
Oh, well, that's... It must have been a very terrifying notion.
I heard screaming, so I hid.
Well, half of that might be my fault. I must apologize.
You're the one who killed everyone.
I'm not killed. There's a fine line between malicious murder and making sure that nobody turned into...
It's cutting people up, not malicious murder?
I didn't cut them. That was not me. I
You just said it was you.
Saren.
You.
No. I sent people.
I'm looking
to
up
the
at
sun.
Saren and the guard, and then looking down
Wrong
at him.
murder.
Yeah.
She like Saren just kind of like gently like places like a hand like on the shoulders, like, no,
Better than me.
Ignis is not the killer. Ignis is not the murderer in this event. But there
I'm
were
innocent of these crimes.
no, it was someone else that had cut down the people, and I know who cut them down. I had
who did
tried
that?
to. I found a man by the name of Samuel. Sadly, he got away. Not without
Samuel.
quite a stab at my side, but yes.
Would you like me to take care of that, or are you?
What
Are
did
you
what
okay?
did this person look like?
He had slicked back hair. He was well dressed. This well trimmed facial hair. Lean.
I'm keeping that diamond dust, by the way. They gave it to me.
Okay.
But yes. We don't have to talk about this right now. We're just going to figure out the first steps, what we're going to do to help this city and to help warn this event. And then once we can actually rest, sit down for the night, we can talk. When Saren says we can talk, like, she's been looking around like at everyone as she's been talking, but once she says the lines, we can talk, she looks at Nia.
Okay.
She gives you a very sheepish nod, very shy. She's sticking very close to you, very far away from the flaming man.
God
Saren kind of
damn
like
it.
offers her hand, like if she
Listen.
wants it.
She'll take
As
it.
you approach the college, you can see
Boy,
standing on a
talking
balcony
myself out of a deal.
is Sigmund, and he's sort of like looking down. And as you approach, he sort of comes down and opens the door. He's like, "Hello. I had hoped you'd find your way here. We are currently trying to figure out what the hell is going on. A rider came by and said that there was a malady affecting people, and that was spreading very fast."
Yes. I have thoughts on that I think would be very dire to share right now.
Oh, okay. I was told containment was not kept at the castle. There was a panic and people escaped. We are currently getting our ferromancers to cordon off this whole area of the city. We believe it to be safe, and we shall keep watch of it. We're also erecting magical barriers around this castle so that no one can enter or leave without my say-so. I will not be leaving at all. So hopefully we can keep this quadrant free from whatever illness is taking hold. Do you have any ideas what we should do at all?
Well, this is a very hard situation to really figure out, but there is going to be dire research and big steps need to be made, because I believe that this could be the work, or the start at least, from one of the horsemen themselves, Pestilence.
I'm there. I don't. I'd have to check my books on pestilence. A myth from
One that brings sickness, decay, plague, feast on souls and magic.
But so does a lot of other things. Well, maybe not the feast on magic part, but definitely, pour water or certain poisons or
Not
animals.
this. Not this.
Are you sure? No,
If you had
not
seen-
a curse or anything.
It was gross, like really gross. I'm talking like malignant.
There
Okay.
is already a man that had seen and knows of the escape of Pestilence from the plains. He's
Yeah.
been sending out warnings, but
No, I've heard of this. There's that madman with the. He stopped by here quite some time ago, I believe. And
he is not mad. I can assure you of that.
he said that his friend fought 1,000 demons on a bridge of death. He was rambling and insane.
Would you not ramble too if you were trying to warn people of a great destruction?
I mean,
If you had seen what we have seen, you would also believe this. Please trust me.
I'll let you peruse the library once we've got this under control a bit more. But for now, it seems like our first step is to contain. I'd like to keep. We've got this part of the city we believe to be safe, and we want to extend that to the rest slowly, bit by bit. We need trained physicians and anyone who has any experience with medicine or healing magic to slowly go through and check house by house. It'll be hard. There's almost 15,000 people currently living in this city.
We kind of look to Ignis as like,
You can see
Well.
his brain just flatlined. That's so many people. I
It-
can't do all of that.
I know you can, but there are others, and you can work with them, and we will slowly still work out. And even one a day is still saving a life.
Oh,
And so, yes.
100% agreement. That is very true.
So
We have maybe 5 or 6 priests capable of healing and using divine magic. We have maybe a dozen class 3 through 5 pyromancers that can help out, and maybe I think we have 3 ferromancers. Three ferromancers that could help out if we needed them. They are the capable ones. There's 2 still learning, but it's going to take time to finish erecting the walls around this area, and they should be done by the sunrise tomorrow, but it'll be strenuous.
Where would you say you range in clerics and paladins?
Myself?
No, not yourself. General around the city.
This, as I said, we've only got a few priests, which are the clerics. There are no holy knights in this city currently. Our forces had all left to fight the cult in the north. So we are very, very undermanned. It's almost like this was planned by someone. I believe the cults might be the ones that released this here.
Yeah, that about bites it. All right. Well, I suppose we have to get back to work.
Look, if you want to, you can use you can stay here the night. Rest. I heard that, well, not quite heard. I could see the flashes of light from here. You have been, yes, you are powerful, but you will need to rest. So, perhaps.
Be good. I'd like to also try to research and study in the library if I can.
I'll let you into the areas about disease and sickness. The more dangerous texts and mythological texts we will have to leave for a while. But
yes, that's
all. I'll get someone to show you to your rooms, and you can have some food. And I'm going to get back to my work. I will see you at sunrise. We will set out to start actually fixing this.
Yes. I have a question. When we get shown to our rooms or when studying, is there a point that I can be alone with Osnia?
You could. You probably get taken to like the 4th or 5th floor of this place. It's quite tall. It's like a tall, thin keep. It's not quite like just a straight tower, but yeah. And you could do that. They do intend, and they you know, as this person's walking in, is like, I am very, very sorry. We'll have to lock you in your rooms overnight. It's just a precaution in case something does happen, in case you have trudged the sickness in. It means if something happens, you will be locked and contained.
That's fine.
Okay.
My only request is warm wine.
Easily done.
Thank you.
So, it's about, by the time you move around and you get your things done, you get some food, and then you get shown to your rooms, it'll be about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and you're probably feeling a bit of fatigue from what the hell's gone on today.
But I'm alone with us.
Well, you could find a moment to be alone with her before the doors are locked at 10.
Okay, cool. Because I want to, and I'm gonna double check that we're alone, right? Like looking around.
I just turn around and say, like, I feel like you have a lot of questions to ask our wonderful friend here, so I will just take a step out and drink my nice warm wine.
Yes.
To have a good time.
Ignis just getting buzzed in his room. Yeah.
Aaron gets drunk every game. His characters are always drinking. Enoch is no exception.
The last time Enoch had a drink, it was milk, because you need strong bones to fly.
Okay. So, what would you like to talk to Not Nia about? Also, what's one second. What's the duration on your Mask of Many Faces?
It's just disguise self at will.
It's an hour. It's an hour,
Yeah.
so she'd have to like cleverly like cast it again.
Keep
every
casting it.
I imagine because Nia's always had it. Like, she's always had Mask of Many Faces, so I imagine it's just something she knows how to re-up.
Yeah, but you also don't have spell slots that come back anymore.
It's not a spell
at will.
slot, it's an at will.
Does it
It's an invocation.
It's a
It's an
cantrip.
It doesn't
invocation.
use up the invocation, does it? You can just do it
No.
forever.
No,
Okay.
you just keep. That's what makes Mask of Many Faces great.
It's my favorite invocation.
Okay.
This and Aspect of the Moon.
All purely RP.
You will feel the magic from these invocations slowly leaving you. It's like you looked in a mirror earlier, and then as you go to the room, you notice that you've only got like maybe 2/3 the freckles you used to have, and your hair is like slowly changing color, and you're just like, oh shit.
Mhm.
You
Well-
notice probably more than other people notice because you know what you look like and what you're meant to look like as well.
So Saren pulled me into a room.
Yeah.
Alone?
Yeah, one of your rooms you're probably in.
Yeah. So, please don't run away, because as I've said, I am on your side. But I know that you were in that cell. And I'm sorry, but your friend, if he is your friend, Samuel, sold you out to me. And
She
given your
shakes her head.
demeanor,
She shakes her head at you. He's not my friend. He won't leave me alone. He keeps trying to make me join him and his family. And I don't want to.
and just an insight check.
I need to deceive this.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah,
so
I believe you.
34.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. She's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't. And she just nods, just says, "Why were you put in that cell?"
I broke into the Umberheart house because my brother broke in, and I was going after him.
Just want to say hi to Agent Number 1. He used to be part of this game, and he's
Hi.
just rated us. So, hi.
Hey,
Rated us,
Kieran, I miss
Sorry, not rated
you.
us, subscribed. Yay.
Yay. And why were you chasing after your brother?
It's a family feud.
This may be hard to believe, but I know how that is. And I understand. I have a friend that was put in a cell that he does not deserve either. And I understand family that is wrong and that you want to stop. I understand misunderstandings. Which is a bit of an odd sentence to say, isn't it? But either way, I just want you to know now, while we still have this time, that I want to help you. Because I know that this Samuel person did this. And I believe that this Samuel person has started this. Like everything that his blade had touched, even from the metal or the wood, had left this curse of decay and rot transformation. So I know that it was him and not you. And I want to help you away from him. And I will help you away from the situation.
They're going to think it was me.
I can speak with them.
Will they
You said
believe
that-
you?
Well, if we get to that point, I can be very persuasive. Plus, you said they didn't even lock you up for a good reason. You were after you. You were that one that I heard the rumors about from the group that they said were trying to kill the Emberheart. But you weren't trying to kill the Emberheart, you were after your brother. So you were already in your cell under false pretenses.
Well, there was a bit more to the situation. My friends, former friends, came and I attacked them too.
Why did you attack them?
One of them did something really bad. And took someone really close to me. I just got angry. I don't have a lot of memory of what happened.
It seems that there's a lot to talk about then.
You're going to want to talk to them soon. I can't keep hiding.
Very well.
I imagine as she looks at you, you can see like little freckles starting to disappear.
It's about this time. Sorry to interrupt your very pointed conversation. That you start hearing, Ignis, hello, please, I need your help. All of you. And he's like, Sigmund's running his old bones down the hallway.
Oh goodness
Tricky.
gracious. And I kind of knock on the door. Ladies, I think there is something going on. I don't know exactly what it is, but I would appreciate your assistance at this very moment. Please come outside.
Yes. We're coming.
As Sigmund comes to you, and then he just like, follow me right now, please. Oh God. And he takes you through back to his study, and he opens the doors to the balcony, and slamming against the walls of the keep is maybe 100, 200 or people that have started slowly merging with each other.
Well, there's only one way to solve this problem. There's legitimately only one way to solve this problem.
I don't think we have the yes, we can. As he's looking around, I think we can cast spells that could, but they could scatter. We need a way to corral them in. Do you have any ideas? Have you got any way that we can force them from being able to escape?
Can I like tug on his sleeve? Sir, do you have a rapier?
No, I don't see how that's going to help. Touching these things.
If we need to corral, I'm fast. If we need to corral them, I can help.
Child, go sit inside. I don't know how you could help. And he sort of, you can see his other casters that were out in the city, like running, through the inner walls and like moving to different spots. He amplifies his voice. He's like, Pharaoh Masters create a barrier around these things, and they start raising using shaped stone, this sort of like curved dome with this almost chimney on the top, and you see they're slowly raising almost a giant forge furnace around it.
Oh God.
This is Ignis.
Am swapping sorcerer spells for an 8th level spell slot.
I don't think
sorcery points. You mean?
6 is the highest.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think 6 is the highest.
6 is the highest?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I got 15 sorcery points.
Yeah, but I think the highest you can trade for is 6. I could be wrong. Just checking.
Gain additional spell slots, or to sacrifice spell slots to gain additional sorcery points as a bonus action. That does not tell what level it is.
You can create spell slots no higher in level than 5th, actually.
damage?
So he this is like as this like his casters are
have
slowly
another
shaping
idea.
earth and doing it's on page 101 of the place handbook.
Yeah.
He's like, we're going to ladies, you might want to step back. This is going to get very, very warm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move back with.
And you can see
Grab the
that
child,
these
move her back.
things are slowly connecting and getting bigger and growing to this like flesh golems forming from the crowd of people, and they start
Well, the
actually
good
like
news is-
cracking the stone.
Oh,
over.
that's fucked up.
The good news is I still have a 6th level.
Ignis, on the count of 3, I want you to cast whatever your biggest flaming spell is, and then
Okay.
just keep going until you have no power left. All the pyromancers will do the same. We have to stop this.
Okay. I have 11 d6s.
They
Let's go.
Uh,
Let's fucking go.
over. All right, cast your spell. As
Alright,
he casts
6th
his
level
spell,
fireball.
and other people cast spells, and the whole area, as these walls are slowly sort of forming, just the sound of that furnace with the wind whipping through it, just roaring, and even from like Seren and Nia that have backed away can feel the heat. You can see Sigmund's robe start to smoke and burn. He's like patting parts off as he's constantly just hurling out spells.
So that right there is about 40 points of fire damage.
Okay, I'm going to extrapolate to
Yes.
say that across your next few spells, you're going to do in excess of 100. It's a furnace, so it's whipping up the heat. These things will die, but it's not really the problem. As you're hurling spell after spell after spell, and the stone of this forge starts to crack, it explodes outwards, and flaming chunks of stone start raining across this portion of the city.
do we need to worry about that? Are we gonna have to make deck saves? Are we in danger?
You're inside the castle. You're okay. But
Yeah, no, flaming wreckage is a problem, but are we immediately gonna die?
Yeah. I might actually.
Sigmund's gonna turn to you and like, I think quarantine has failed. We need to. Well, we have a walled area of the city. Maybe this is where we bring the infected from now on. Sorry. And we'll end the session there with
Well, fuck. This got even more real. Why?
Oh shit!
Fuck.
Just like at a certain point, he's just like, oh god.
yeah, you've
Oh,
used
God,
up like, all your spell slots. You sort of just like slump to the floor, exhausted. I let this run over time a little bit, so we won't be able to do our usual round at the end of how everyone felt about the game.
It's
Yes, exactly. So
Please, I'm exhausted.
you can
So,
see he's just on the floor and just like
where the sky is saying so people. All right. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope the players had a good time. Sorry if they got really heavy in different parts. I kind of wanted to make sure that this like post-apocalyptic wasteland that Auric is walking through is actually, you can see how it got there, right? So that's yep, this is how it got there. Once again, thank you to everyone for showing up and playing and viewing, and we've had a couple of subscribers say thank you very much, especially Asian for coming back and saying hi to his old pals.
We miss you, Kieran.
We do.
I missed my grumpy dad. All right.
The other people I need to thank is our tech Josh, who is also the DM for the game on Monday night, which is just finished up. It'll be starting up again in 4 weeks, I believe. We'll have a date up, so 3 weeks. I'm getting signal from our video chat. But yeah, we'll have dates and whatnot up and shot on Twitter, and it'll be all good. If you want to catch what happened last episode for this game, that's just gone up on YouTube, and this game runs every week at 9 p.m. Eastern time for those in the US, or 9. I think it's 9. Is it 9 p.m. guys? Yep, or 9 a.m. Australian Western Standard Time. If you're in Australia. Lastly, I want to thank Hero Forge, because I don't think I did that yet, for the helping us be able to make our channel run. They have an amazing site. They have an amazing product. Go check them out. I really like their stuff. I have spent too much money on it, and I hope you guys like it too.
Did you think Sirenscape?
Yeah, no, but their music is playing right now. So thank you, Sirenscape, for also having some good shiz.
Yeah,
it's a very cheap subscription, and it gives you like thousands of tracks to play with. I recommend it.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about doing it.
It's good.
I'm thinking I'm gonna jump in.
I learned from Sean, and then
Definitely worth it.
All right, so we'll do a real quick round of goodbyes, starting with Shelby.
Hi, my name is Shelby, or Whistle. I'm from the channel Whistle While You Work. It's a channel where I tell stories from my D&D experience and draw whatever fun fantasy stuff comes to mind. I also play Luna Icewind, the badass big fighty herbo on Necrohunt, run by Joe Cat. And I've been playing Nia, or Asonia, as I've been calling her this week.
Okay. Above her, we have Aaron.
Oh, hello. I'm Aaron. I'm otherwise known as Yorshien. I make YouTube videos, specifically a parody series called How to Be an Adventurer. It is a parody series of Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I'm also the Dungeon Master for D6 Dawn Right, which is going to be ending relatively soon. I also play Enoch Solomon over on Joe Cat's Necrohunt campaign, which I am with Shelby, and I am a sad cowboy. That being noted, I'm also making another anime video talking about a very specific dragon from a very specific anime that just released its 2nd season, and I am doing an analysis on this. So if you guys are interested, you can find some links over on Twitter, and this was a lot of fun. I do apologize if I'm the happiest man here. This
okay. Have reasons to be unhappy.
Yeah, a lot of reasons to be unhappy, which is stressing me out.
I'm sorry. Next up, we have Sean.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sean. I am from Paradise RPG, where I do a bunch of nerdy stuff there. I am the DM over there for our flagship show, Advantage in Paradise, which is every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 a.m. morning time for all of you Australians out there. So if you're willing to get up early, it's a lot of fun. Shannon, who's usually here, it plays on that as Katya of late and Scarlet in the future. And we do a lot of other programming there. I paint minis and draw maps and play games on Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then every Sunday at 7 p.m. me and Shannon recap the previous episode of Advantage in Paradise and do some speculation, and there are some also some future projects coming up that will keep you all alerted to. But yes, I have been Auric tonight, and I have played Lazarus in Humblewood. I am Roll for Damages, as Joshua said, resident bad dad. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
All right, and then across from you we have Kelsey.
That's me. I'm Kelsey, and also known as Rogue Uzu. And when I am not playing Saren, the freaking scouring around Rogue here, I am drawing on my Twitter about anything that I want. Usually, a lot of D&D things from my own games. or I'm on YouTube telling the story of the first time that I ever GM'd. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
All right, and hi, I'm Nova. I run the channel along with a couple friends, one of which is the tech tonight. So thank you very much, Josh. You can plug yourself again if you want. Another is AJ Winters. She has her own channel called Winters Tales, which she's just started. I recommend you guys go check it out. She also posts a heap on Instagram, so you can see a lot of stuff there. She plays in the Humblewood game. She recently finished Academy of Xander, and she does some One Shot Wednesday stuff here. So, you know, check her out everywhere. She's great. And then we have our tech Serum, but I don't think he has anything. Does he have anything, Josh? Do we have a plug for Serum? Yeah, there we go. He's cool. Anyways, that's it. That's our game. I hope everyone had fun. Wave goodbye, and we'll take it away for a raid. Please stay around for a very, very short Admiral run. It really helps if you can stick around for the 30 seconds that takes. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.